All right, guys, real quick, I'm gonna do a walk around of our golf cart turned hunting buggy. I'll show you everything that I've already added to it, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do to it in the future. Check it out. All right, guys, this is a 2004 Club Car DS, 48 volt, and I got a deal on it. I found it online, went to Charlotte, picked it up, brought it home, and started working on it. Now, obviously, it didn't look like this when I bought it, but the 48 volt motor works great. I do want to tweak that at some point, but until then, let me show you what I got going on here. This is the Arison 23-inch X-Trail tires. They're not a mud tire, but they are an aggressive tire, and I'm extremely pleased with those. They've done great for me so far. These are the Magix Element black wheels. They came as a package, 4 tires and 4 wheels mounted just like that. Now, I couldn't have mounted these bigger wheels without the lift kit. Let me show you the lift kit. It is a Rocks brand lift kit. It's an A-arm 6-inch lift kit, and that was not hard at all to install. This is a Magix bumper. It's a Magix Armor bumper, and I bought that because I thought it was one of the toughest looking bumpers that I've seen online. So that's what drew my attention to it. Plus, it accepts the winch. You can see the lights there in the side. Those are 4-inch lights. I purchased Nylite, the brand Nylite, offline. I'll put the links to that as well. And also, you can put a 10-inch light there in the middle in that little vented area. I bought a 10-inch light, which is mounted up here now. It did not work well in the middle there, so I just mounted it there on the clays basket. That winch is a Badland winch. That is that's a Harbor Freight product, and most definitely cheaper than any of the others I've seen online, and it works great. It's a 2,500 pound winch, and it has a remote. I didn't put anything in there to convert the power to 12 volts. So I'm powering this winch and all the lights off of 2 8-volt batteries, 16 volts total. And the lights are really bright. They're doing great. I don't have any issues with them, and the winch as well. The clays basket that I mentioned is a Husky Parts Company brand, and it's a great accessory to carry all kind of stuff. I don't know what the weight limit is, but I've carried 100 pound of corn on it, and it is just mounted right here. And I like the way it's mounted. It does have a little bit of shake to it, and I'm probably going to try to take that shake out by putting something here between here and the bumper. But for the time being, it works great. I'll go ahead and mention the Husky fender flares. I drove it around without fender flares for a little while, and the wheels are still able to kick some stuff out when you turn, but these fender flares make a huge difference. And they mount on with just a few screws. Extremely easy to install, and I think they look good as well. All right, we'll go to the inside here, and let me show you these locking glove box doors. GMT brand glove box doors. They are not waterproof. They are locking, but it's a plastic mechanism there, but it works great and looks good. It's better than just having a couple holes there, I think. And you can see that one's wider. They fit just right, and again, it's easy install. You can see I have my very important papers there, and kind of keeps everything from blowing around or losing anything. All right, next I have the organizer tray, and man, I put all kind of stuff in this as well. A big thing is having storage for these things, so I like it a lot. It is metal, mounts up with 2 bolts on each side, very easy install. All right, I'm gonna come around to the right side so I can show you this Copin UTV Gun Rack. Now this thing mounts up easily. It's 4 bolts, goes through this aluminum floor, and the aluminum is not thick. And once you get it bolted in, it's pretty sturdy. But with all the weight up here, when you put a rifle or shotgun in it, it wobbles pretty bad from side to side. And you don't even have to be on a rough trail or anything. It wobbles. So I took some scrap metal I had, welded it together with my Harbor Freight welder, and this is what I come up with. It works great. I got this thing set at an angle so that the rifle or shotgun is at an angle. Easy for me to get to. I wanted the weight of the rifle or shotgun to rest in this little V here. So that's why I kind of put it at an angle. But now that it's mounted to this tray with this mount I made, I can shake the whole buggy, but I'm not moving this mount. All right, now this is my light switches. I installed a power switch here, and when I cut it on, these lights come on, and then as I power them up, you can see that they're powered up with those other lights, but they work great. These are for the lights that I've already showed you and some additional lights I'll get to here shortly. I realize this seat sticks out like a sore thumb. This is the original seat, and I will be changing that sometime in the near future, as well as the color. I want to camo it. I'll do all that in different videos. This is another gun rack. This is an ATV Coping Gun Rack. I mounted it to a piece of 1-inch square tubing, mounted that tubing here to the cart, and instead of using just a bolt, I used an eye hook. I wanted to use these 2 eye hooks as tie downs here on the back of the golf cart if I needed them. Okay, up above the gun rack, you can see that I've already camoed the top. That turned out okay. I just needed to tone down that white, so I went ahead and camoed that pretty early on. This is the Nylite 4-inch light. I have one here on the driver's side, I have one mounted on the back, and one here on the passenger side. 4-inch lights, man, they put out a ton of light. And if you're on the trail and you need to load something up or whatever, that's why I have all these lights. You can really light it up at night. Okay, coming around to the front, let me show you this one. This is a 20-inch Nylite brand, 3-row, and it's a floodlight. Man, this thing lights up big time. And with that, in combination of that and those two, you can see anything going in front of you. And then those other lights there on the side, that's plenty of light for this thing. And up above the light there on top, you can see the roof rack. That is a Harbor Freight brand roof rack. Pretty inexpensive, easy to install, and I usually throw my camo gear when I'm coming out. If it's warm and I'm shedding my camo gear, I'll just throw it there on top, and it stays right there as I ride out to the truck. Okay, here on the back is a Mods Flip 4 seat. This thing is really nice, it's really comfortable, and if you lift the seat up where it's intended to be, put your fingers right here, you can lift it up easily. As you're letting it down, do the same. Don't put your fingers right here, you will smash them. But I have carried lots of corn on the back of that as well. It comes with the seat back and the seat there, these armrests, these rails, and all this is part of the Mods flip seat. It works great, mounts up pretty easily. It took me a little while to mount it, but it was not hard to do. And I will put a link for that in the description below. Also, when you get the lift kit, you get the blocks and U-bolts. It does not change the leaf springs. So carrying all the kids and the corn and everything, it was bottoming me out. I don't know if you can see those leaf springs. They are dual action heavy duty leaf springs, and that made a huge difference there on the back. I'll put a link to that as well. Okay, this space right here was just a big void under this back seat, and I wanted to be able to utilize that. This is where you'd normally put your golf bags, but with the seat on there, you can't really use it. So I decided to take the same plastic that I've used in other videos, something I got off Amazon, and I cut this big piece, cut this out, made a door. I riveted this to the frame, and I used hinges that I bought off Amazon and riveted those to the plastic. And I used 2 magnets on this side. I hot glued them to this side of the plastic, and it sticks up there to the frame that's already there. And I just use this strap here to pull it down, and man, it works like a champ. It's not locked, it's not waterproof because it's got a big gap right here, but I can throw pretty much anything that I want to in there, like empty corn bags or whatever, and it's going to be secure enough that it's not going to blow out going down the road. I'll put links to the plastic and the hinges in the description below. All right, guys, that's it. I just wanted to show you what I did to this golf cart to make it my own hunting buggy and give you some ideas possibly of some things you can do to yours. I've already mentioned painting it and changing the seat. Look for those videos in the near future. I hope you liked the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.